You think you know what love looks like, but your dog has been showing it all along in ways most people never notice. Every tail wag, every soft stare, every step that follows you through the quiet of your home, it's all part of a secret language. A language spoken without words, written in movement breath, and the rhythm of a heartbeat that's learned to trust you completely. Most of us see these gestures as random or cute, but to a dog who has been raised with love, they're sacred. They're proof of safety, of belonging, of something far older than obedience. And here's the truth. Few people realize 90% of dog owners miss these signs entirely. They mistake devotion for habit, loyalty for routine. They don't see the quiet vows whispered in the way a dog breathes near them or waits at the door or simply lays still content in silence. But if you know what to look for, you'll never see your dog the same way again. These are 10 quiet behaviors of dogs raised with love. The silent proof that your dog doesn't just live with you, your dog belongs to you, body and soul. 1. Following you everywhere. The devotion of a heart. That trusts you. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and there he is, padding softly behind you. You move to another room and he follows. You sit, he lies down nearby. You stand and he rises too. Sometimes you catch his eyes already watching you, calm and patient, as if he's been waiting for you to notice that he's never really left your side. People call it clingy. They laugh about not being able to take a single step alone. But to a dog raised in love, this isn't neediness. It's devotion in its purest form. In the wild, wolves follow the leader of their pack, not because they're afraid, but because they believe. Following is trust. It's saying, "Where you go, I go too." And your dog, that loyal creature padding behind you, carries that ancient instinct in every step. You are his compass, his safe zone, his heartbeat that steadies the world. Your scent is home, your voice is direction, your presence is peace. Scientists have studied this behavior for years. They call it the secure base effect. It's the same attachment pattern seen between children and their parents. Research from Frontiers in Psychology found that when a dog watches or follows their owner closely, both release oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and comfort, the same one a mother releases when she holds her child. Every time your dog chooses to follow you, even when there's no treat, no call, no command, it's his way of saying, "I choose you again." Next time those soft paws shadow your steps, don't brush it off. Don't tell him to stay. Smile instead. Because what you're seeing isn't dependence, it's faith made visible. And somewhere in that quiet following, he's reminding you, love doesn't always need words. Sometimes it just walks beside you. 2. Sleeping belly up. The sacred surrender of trust. You've probably seen it, your dog sprawled out on his back paws in the air belly, soft and exposed as if the world has no sharp edges. You laugh, maybe take a picture and think he just loves the cool floor or the afternoon sun. But look again. What you're seeing isn't just comfort, it's surrender, a sacred kind of trust that only blooms in love. In the wild, no wolf would ever sleep belly up. That soft underside is the most vulnerable part of the body, the place that must always be guarded. To show it is to risk everything. To reveal it is to say, "I'm safe here." When your dog curls up beside you, chest open, legs loose, breathing deep, he's doing something extraordinary. He's laying down every instinct of defense that evolution taught him because you've replaced fear with peace. Veterinary studies show that dogs who sleep belly up in a home release more serotonin and enter a deeper stage of REM sleep than those who don't. Their heart rates slow, their muscles relax. Their bodies finally whisper, "I can rest." It's beautiful when you think about it. Out of all the places in the world, he's chosen your floor, your couch, the space near your feet, not because it's soft, but because it's safe. So next time you find him like that, don't disturb the moment. Watch the tiny twitch of his paws, the half smile on his lips, the sigh that escapes between breaths. That's not a dream of running, that's a dream of staying. Staying with you, the one who taught him what peace feels like. And in that stillness, you'll see what every act of love becomes in the end, quiet, unguarded, and full of trust. 3. The calm, silent stare. Eyes that speak the language of bonding. There's a moment every dog owner knows when you're reading, cooking, or just lost in thought, and you look up to find your dog staring at you. No bark, no movement, just eyes. Still, steady, soft. It's almost unsettling how human it feels. But that look, that silent gaze, is one of the most profound expressions of love in the animal world. Among wolves and wild animals, direct eye contact is a challenge. It means dominance, tension, or a threat. But between a dog and their person, it means the opposite. It means connection. When your dog looks into your eyes, he's not asserting power. He's opening his soul. He's reading you, mapping every flicker of your expression, syncing his heartbeat to the rise and fall of your breath. And here's where science meets magic. A 2015 study published in Science discovered that when dogs and their humans look into each other's eyes, both release oxytocin, the same hormone that binds infants to their parents. It's called the oxytocin loop, and it's one of the most powerful biological signatures of love on the planet. When he gazes at you like that, time slows. His eyes are telling you what his mouth never could. You are my world. He knows your moods, your tone, your sighs. He knows the sound of your footsteps and the rhythm of your breathing. He feels the tension in your shoulders and mirrors it in his body. When you exhale, so does he. When you smile, his tail moves before he even realizes it. That's emotional synchronization, the deepest form of understanding there is. So the next time you catch that stare, quiet, unblinking, soft as a heartbeat, don't look away. Let it linger. Because in that moment, both of you are remembering something ancient and wordless. Love doesn't need sound to be heard. And maybe that's why he can hold your gaze so long without blinking, because to him, you're not just his person. You're the center of his world, the reflection he trusts most in the mirror of his life. 4. Leaning on you, the weight of trust. It happens so naturally you hardly notice it anymore. You're sitting quietly, maybe watching TV or working, and suddenly you feel it, a gentle weight against your leg. You look down, and there he is, pressing his shoulders softly into you. He doesn't ask for anything. He just leans. Breathing slowly, eyes half closed. It's such a small thing, but it carries the weight of 1,000 words. When a dog leans on you, he's showing trust at its deepest level. It's his way of saying, I feel safe enough to let my guard down. In the animal world, turning your side toward someone is vulnerability. It exposes the ribs, the heart, all the soft places that instinct says must be protected. Dogs don't lean on those they fear. They lean on those they love. Behaviorists say leaning is a grounding gesture. Just as we reach for someone's hand when we're unsure, dogs lean to anchor themselves in the world they trust. Your touch, your scent, your stillness. It tells him you're okay. You're home. Sometimes he leans when he's scared, sometimes when he's tired, and sometimes for no reason at all. But each time he's choosing closeness over distance. So when you feel that gentle pressure against your leg, don't shift away. Let him stay. In that quiet moment, he's not asking for attention. He's sharing presence. He's telling you the story of every heart that's ever loved another. When I lean on you, I'm leaning on my peace. 5. Gentle licks, the ancient language of love. A warm tongue brushes your hand. You laugh, maybe wrinkle your nose. Stop, you say, pretending to be annoyed. But behind that small gesture is one of the oldest languages of affection ever known. Long before dogs were our companions, wolves licked each other to show reassurance, comfort, and unity. Mothers licked their pups to calm them. Pups licked their mothers to ask for food and warmth. It was touch turned into communication, contact made sacred. When your dog licks you, he's not being gross. He's speaking the only language he's ever truly known, the language of care. Scientists have found that licking releases dopamine and endorphins in dogs, creating the same sense of comfort that humans feel when they hug someone they love. It's both soothing and relational. Each gentle lick is a small heartbeat of connection, a way of saying, I know you. I trust you. I want to make you feel safe too. Sometimes it's empathy. Dogs can taste emotion through scent and salt. When you cry, the tears on your skin carry a chemical story, stress hormones, sadness, fatigue. He tastes it and responds instinctively, comfort. He can't wipe your tears, so he does the next best thing, he licks them away. Not because he understands sadness like we do, but because he understands care. And when he licks your hands after a long day, he's not begging. He's saying thank you for existing, for feeding him, for simply coming home. So next time you feel that gentle, persistent touch of his tongue, Don't push him away too quickly. Smile, because in his world that small act is love made visible. Sathax, bringing you toys, the gift of shared joy. You walk through the door and before you can even take off your shoes, your dog rushes to find something, a toy, a sock, a squeaky ball, anything. He trots back, tail wagging, eyes shining, mouth full of treasure. You think he wants to play. And maybe he does. But there's something deeper woven into this small ritual, something beautiful. In the wild, sharing is rare. Wolves guard their food, their prey, their possessions. But domesticated dogs, especially those raised with love, learn something new: generosity. When your dog brings you his favorite toy, he's not just asking for a game. He's inviting you into his happiness. He's saying, "This makes me happy, and I want you to be part of it." According to behavior research by the American Kennel Club, dogs often bring toys as a sign of affection and inclusion. It's a learned expression of social bonding. In their mind, you're not just their human, you're part of their pack. Think about it. He could keep the toy to himself, but instead he offers it to you. Sometimes he even drops it at your feet and waits, tail swaying, eyes bright. He's giving you his joy, his energy, his favorite thing. That moment, small as it seems, is love in motion. And even if you're tired, even if you don't feel like playing, pick up the toy for just a moment. Because for him, it's not about the game. It's about sharing the heartbeat of his happiness with you. R7. The tail, a flag of the heart. Everyone knows. A wagging tail means a happy dog, right? Not always. That swaying tail is a living language, one most humans never fully learn to read. When it moves wide and slow, it's comfort. When it whips side to side quickly, it's excitement. But did you know the direction of the wag tells its own story? Researchers from the University of Trento discovered that when a dog wags more to the right, it signals positive emotion, recognition, trust, joy. When the wag shifts slightly to the left, it can show uncertainty or mild stress. Your dog's body never lies. It speaks a truth older than words. Every movement of that tail is a sentence in the story of your relationship. When he sees you after hours apart and the wag spreads through his whole body, hips, shoulders, even his nose twitching, that's not just happiness, it's relief. It's the physical version of him saying, "You're here. Everything's okay again." Dogs don't count hours or measure happiness in toys or treats. They measure it in moments. And that tail beating softly like a metronome keeps time with your love. So next time you see that wag, whether wild and fast or slow and steady, pay attention. He's speaking to you in motion. And somewhere in that rhythm is the quiet truth that he's been carrying all along. Love doesn't always sound like words. Sometimes it moves like a tail in the air, steady, sure, full of light. 8. Synchronizing routines. The rhythm of love. It's early morning. The first light touches the room, and as you stretch awake, there's a soft sound beside you, the faint shuffle of paws. He's awake too. You didn't call him. You didn't even move much, but somehow he knows. This too is love. Dogs raised with care and emotional connection don't just share a home, they share a rhythm. Over time, their heart's hormones and habits begin to align with yours. They wake when you wake. They rest when you rest. They watch you move, and their bodies quietly learn the tempo of your life. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that dogs synchronize their activity patterns to match their owners. It's not mimicry, it's attachment. The invisible dance of two beings whose lives have intertwined long enough for their bodies to listen to each other. If you've ever noticed how your dog yawns after you do, or how he waits to eat until you sit down, or how he gets sleepy around the same time, each night you've seen that connection in motion. It's not routine, it's harmony. He's sinking to your presence the way waves follow the moon, steady, instinctive, eternal. And even when you're not home, his body remembers your rhythm. He'll pace before you return, lie down when you usually relax, and rise moments before you arrive. That's not coincidence. That's love translated into time. It's as if his heart learned the music of yours and never forgot the melody. Shot per cookies. 9. The soft growl of contentment. A dog's quiet song. You're sitting on the couch, hand resting on your dog's fur, and he lets out a low, deep rumble. It sounds almost like a growl, and for a split second you freeze. But then you notice his body. Loose, relaxed, eyes soft, tail resting gently on the floor. That sound isn't warning, it's peace. Dogs don't sigh the way humans do, so they create their own language for release. These low, steady rumbles, sometimes called pleasure growls or contentment grumbles, are a dog's version of a happy exhale. It's the sound of safety. Behaviorists say it happens when a dog's nervous system shifts from alert to calm. His heart rate slows, his muscles melt, his breathing deepens. That quiet vibration through his chest is his way of saying, "This feels good. I can rest now." In a world where animals survive by guarding themselves, a dog who can rumble with peace is one who has found home. When you hear it, don't be afraid. Smile. Because in that small sound, you're hearing love in its rarest form, not loud, not flashy, but grounded and deep. He's not growling at you. He's humming to you. The same way a human might hum a lullaby, your dog hums comfort. His body, once built for defense, now sings with ease. And if you've ever felt his chest rise and fall beside you, matching your breath, you felt what real companionship sounds like. It's the music of trust. 10. Waiting by the door, the silent proof of faith. You've seen it before, that small silhouette by the door, the ears alert, the stillness of hope, the way his eyes shift at every sound of a car passing outside. He doesn't know what time it is. He doesn't count hours. But he knows one truth: you always come back. Dogs don't understand absence the way we do. They understand space, the scent that fades when you leave, the silence that fills the house, the heartbeat that's suddenly missing. And yet even in that emptiness they stay. They wait. That isn't habit. It's devotion. When a dog waits by the door, he's not guarding the house. He's guarding faith, faith that love returns. Faith that the world is right again when he hears your footsteps. Studies have shown that a dog's heart rate spikes the moment their owner walks through the door. The joy is measurable. But what science can't measure is the light in his eyes, that sudden spark that says, "You came back. You always come back." Every day he lives out a truth we humans too often forget. Love is patient. Love believes. Love waits. And when you finally open that door and he leaps with joy, tail blurring into motion, body shaking with happiness, that's not just excitement, that's relief. That's his soul exhaling. In that single moment, he's telling you everything his heart has been holding since you left. The world makes sense again. We spend our lives searching for proof that we matter, for words, for promises, for someone who stays. But our dogs have been showing us the answer every single day. They love without conditions. They forgive without hesitation. They wait without keeping score. Every act following you from room to room, curling up beside you, meeting your eyes, pressing their weight into your leg, licking your hand, bringing you gifts, wagging their tail, matching your rhythm, sighing softly. Waiting by the door is a verse in the same quiet poem. It's the poem of belonging. Dogs don't love us because we're perfect. They love us because we're theirs. Because in their world, love isn't earned, it's given. Freely. Entirely. Forever. And maybe that's the lesson they've been teaching us all along. That love isn't measured in grand gestures or spoken vows. It's measured in presence, in the way we keep showing up. In every paw that follows, every glance that lingers, every breath shared in silence, there's a reminder waiting for us. Love was never meant to be complicated. It was meant to be simple, constant, unspoken. So tonight, as your dog curls beside you, breathing softly in the dark, remember this. You don't have to say a word for him to understand. To him, your heartbeat is the only language that ever mattered. And in that stillness, you'll finally realize, we're not the ones teaching dogs how to love. They're the ones reminding us what love was always meant to be.